Can white America exist? Can America exist the time that's coming? Because the coming, my brothers and sisters, of this white man's world to the Western hemisphere was for the purpose of expansion away from their brethren in Europe. Europe was divinely given to the right race as a home when it was driven out of Arabia 6,000 years ago to abide there on that continent until the days of reckoning comes to them. These are the days of reckoning for the right race as the religious scholars and scientists agreed. But because of their nature evil, they cannot help doing evil things against the righteous. They made war against the righteous, the black man, to prevent him from accepting righteousness and doing unrighteousness. Today, the black man is a prey into the strong, powerful hands of his enemies, the children of their slave masters. For 400 years, the slave master had mistreated the slave. And now, in the days of their redemption, they are doing everything possible to deceive them from accepting the starvation that Allah now offers to the black man of America. So strong is Allah's love for us that he now desires nothing but a total destruction of America. They hate me with a bloody hatred, and they tried to kill me for teaching the truth to my people. They do not want this black man of America to enjoy freedom, justice, and equality. Look what they did to Reverend Martin King, a man who was trying to be their brother, a man who probably thought that he did not want to draw the white man's blood. He said if there was any blood to be spilled, let it be the black man's blood. His words came true, poor man. He was without the knowledge of self, his God and religion, and so feared with fear of his 400-year-old enemy that he could never get starvation from his people, from the enemy. America had been blessed ever since her fathers came across the Atlantic out of the confines of Europe until this day. Now for evil done to a slave, God threatened her with total destruction. White America and Germany are the most evil of the right race. These two governments have been blessed, but they have not shown any worthwhile respect to Allah for his blessing. Allah calls people out of all nations of the earth to come to America. They came seeking heaven and her, but those who came was evil too, as Revelation language teach us. The Revelation 18, verse 2. He cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon, America the great is fallen, come the habitation of devils, and hold every foul spirit, and the cage of every unclean and hateful bird. There is no people nor country on the earth who will feel this prophecy better than white America and our people. She had become a house filled with evil practice, and every member of the nation is taking part. Yet, she had been blessed with a great harvest of food, which is enough to feed the nation of earth, and with her great advancements into the heights of her mechanical knowledge, and with her great wealth in silver and gold that enabled her once upon a time to command the value of silver and gold of the world. But as it is written, all of this growing up of wealth and power of the act of justice was laid at the root of this great tree of prosperity and authority of the nation of the earth, to be used by the Holy One to put a stop to the evil practice and injustice to the righteous. America had prospered from the labors of her black slave. She pays this black man high raises and salary, then take them back from him through the high cost of living. This high cost of living of trying to live according to the way the white man lived keeps this black man down. And when he has inquired education of this white man, but is unable to complete with this white man, become dissatisfied to the degree of creating trouble to find a way to self-prosperity against the will of this white man, which is to keep this black man in a condition of poverty and disregard as equal human beings. Yet, while the white man teach that all human beings are created accordingly. At the same time, he robbed this black man of a chance to be the equal of other human beings. Can white America exist with all of her wicked doing against this black man in America in a state of inequality with other human beings? The continued resistance of America in a way of governments and power over people other than our own depends on the way she will continue to treat her one slave, the black people of America, due to the prophecy of the Bible from Moses to Jesus and Muhammad. The prophets saying, or these prophets teach us that a coming showdown between Allah God and the slaveholders of his black people of America must come to pass. So we see when it comes to the prophets saying, that these prophets teach us the coming showdown between Allah God and the slaveholders of his people, black America must come to pass. The time has arrived of this prophecy of a defender coming to defend the prey, so-called Negro, who is held in bondage by the white slaveholders, who have and are still mistreating the prey to the extent that the world is in sympathy with the prey for justice. Now it is prophesied that a just ruler will come, and he has come to set up a rule or kingdom under laws of justice for a people who have lived under laws of injustice by unjust rulers. This must be fulfilled. If the next government for the people university is going to be under such a glorious rule of freedom, justice, and equality, it is natural that the old ruler will oppose a new ruler coming to remove him and his authorities to rule the people. He will fight to keep his place and authorities over the people. This is why Allah threatened his opponents with the final declaration of war that would end the opponent's opposition to his laws of righteousness. I have been writing for many years of the coming doom of the world of Christianity, mainly America, who is the root and the cause of this present judgment of America. The judgment of white America is due to the way that she has treated the so-called the black people of America for 400 years. The very hour in which I'm writing, America is still mistreating her slaves with the worst kind of treatment ever according to human beings. White America practiced the way of her father's mistreatment of the American so-called under what she called a law of freedom. But this freedom is only words, not in practice. The slave master's children's blood, heart, and way of thinking towards the one slave is the same as their father's. They find it so free to beat and kill the one slave, so-called Negro at will, that they will continue to practice of mistreating and murdering the slave day and night because there is no law of justice for the black man of America, who is the property of the father of American rights citizens. America never think in terms of being equally punished for the wrong done to a so-called Negro. The Bible parable of Balaam riding that donkey must be remembered. And when the angels went to settle the unjust mistreatment of the donkey by Balaam, the angel found Balaam still beating and forcing the donkey to carry him right in the presence of the visiting angels, who was carrying a sword to bring about the justice between the two. It is almost impossible to say that white America can exist. If America to exist, America ruling power, it will make prophets of the Bible, even the Holy Quran prophesies other than the truth. It's impossible to make them outliers who wrote the doom of a race that would come at a certain time, and that certain time is now known. The time can be prolonged if the Messiah that the world had been looking for to come for 2,000 years desired, for he does what he pleases. This does not mean that he will change the idea of the doom and destruction of America. But if he please, He could extend her time if she had done almost a marvelous thing like submitting to the righteous, like submitting to the righteous, tie and deliver to a mentally dead slave, the so-called Negro. This is the only way America exists, by bowing submission to the will of God taught by his messengers. Taught by his messengers. The time that we are now in is a time of the anger of God against the evildoers. It's a time that the God of righteousness rejoice to repay the evildoers for their doing and to reward the righteous for their righteousness. Therefore, to curb this set day a doomed demand for the doing of righteous, which by nature was not put in the right ways. But they may yet be smart enough to bow to put a stay to the execution for a few days longer, not by intermixing with a slave to enjoy as long as they are blind, deaf, and dumb. Do not understand. This act only hastens their doom, while the foolish, blind, deaf, dumb, so-called does not even know that he is being blind, deaf, and dumb to his slaughter. There is no such thing that the evil rule peace. Also, the wicked, according to the prophet Jeremiah and Isaiah, are the one who have destroyed the peace from amongst men. My advice to the right man is to make haste. Get in a hurry if you want to live. Bow and submit to that great truth and righteousness, the will of Allah. Now, what will be the end of this war? Now, what will be the end of this war? Many of you may think that if America ends a war in Asia, this will bring peace and prosperity to the people of America. Perhaps someday there may be a lull in a war, but not now. If white America and Asia can find a way to bring about a succession of war between each other, this does not mean that peace and prosperity is assured. Now, at this time, there's still a Cold War between America and Russia, other parts of Europe to be reckoned with. Europe will become a dreaded spot when America leaves Asia. It is true, as the prophet has predicted, that white America must come out of Asia or be thrown out. Each, America and Russia, the two most powerful war factors of the world, is seeking to maintain their rule over the nation of Earth, even to conquer outer space. This will not last long, and they travel investigation to space. Allah God is permitting them to peep into his great unequal creation of power and might, the heaven and earth. The Holy Quran teaches that when Allah God gets ready to destroy people, he opens the door of heaven to them, gives them a peep into his great wisdom and secret. But this does not mean that this add power to the enemy to be able to war against the Creator. The reason for all of this is due to the fact that Allah God is setting up a kingdom of righteousness, freedom, justice, and equality. Black brothers do not look for high-paying jobs, drawing a big roll of money after the war, unless it's with the help of Allah God. You prepare this for yourself, which I advise you to do. The most dreadful divine judgment that have ever been witnessed by man are now coming on white America. White America is the divine target because she could have better herself in the divine eyes of Allah God, who came in the person of Master Prophet Muhammad, whom praise are due forever. But white America it will not better herself, as it is written and prophesied concerning ancient Babylon and Egypt, who have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. The Bible, Jeremiah 51:9, because she was not willing to do justice by her captive Jews from Jerusalem. So it was with Pharaoh when Allah Jehovah went after Egypt. The Bible Exodus, Pharaoh refused to give justice to Israel and made war against Allah Jehovah and his prophet Moses to prevent Israel from going free of Pharaoh's enslavement of them. The war, America cannot win the victory. It is impossible for white America to be the victors in this universal war because of divine intervention against her, although she has enough deadly materials, manufacturers, to try to win. can she win against Allah God? She boasts of her materials and being able to destroy the people of Earth 30 times. If she was left free to use the materials, maybe white America could win, but divine die was set against her long before she ever became America. She could try and boast of her idea of mind to deceive her black slave, but she would deceive herself and them. America is made manifest by Almighty God and the person of Master Fala Muhammad, to whom praise are due forever, that she is a total deadly enemy against her one slave. For many years, I had written that white America's greatest sin is her evil done to her black slave. Allah God tends to repay her for what she hath done. She deceived the black slave right at the point of total destruction. She tried to rule the so-called nigger in with false and temporary promises, but offer him high political jobs to keep him from turning his attention to self and kind. Black politicians could and should use this political knowledge to benefit self and kind. White America isolated the messengers of God from their minds with these false promises and make them to hate the messenger of God and to work against him, although the messenger of God is working for the interests of the black slaves. The eyes and ears of Allah God are open, looking and listening to their actions. It's not necessary for Allah God to use mechanical devices. Allah God is physically real, and He has real physical eyes and ears. He is capable of seeing and hearing everything we do and say. He has power to defeat us and our plans which are against His plans. The American slaveholders want to deceive the so-called, to believing that Allah God is not paying attention to them. The white man wants them to believe that He is the God that they should pay attention to. I warn my people who believe an idea that the white man is the God that they should pay attention to, you will come up the losers. Allah God is backing me up and the work He has given me to do. The work He has given me to do is for your own black starvation. If you think that you have starvation with this white man, then go ahead with him. I'm not here to force you against your own will, but I want you to know that if you are looking to white America for your starvation, you are headed with them to your and their destruction. There is no hope for white America to win the war. There is no hope for the black man in the future of white America. For white America have no future for itself. She will not be able to win the war. The scholars and scientists know that white America cannot win. It's not just I saying this. Scholars and scientists will tell us white America cannot win. And we know by divine prophecy that white America cannot win. If it was just Russia, China, Vietnam, Korea, using their judgment on how best to destroy each other, maybe white America could win, for she have as much as they have in war materials, scientific preparation. White America is capable of going out of the Earth's atmosphere and to fight them from there, but she will not be able to go out of the atmosphere of the Earth and destroy the black man of the Earth. It's almost a mistake that one should believe America's ability to build a way station in the air on the moon, for she will not be able to use it against us. The divine plan is set to destroy her. We have many things out there in space that can be brought into action against America. Any other nation today, for Allah is the greatest. The mother planes. The mother planes was made to destroy this world of evil, but to show the wisdom and mighty powers of God, who came to destroy an old world and set up a new world. The nature of a new world is righteousness. The nature of a new world cannot be righteousness as long as unrighteousness is in its midst. The same type of plane was used by the original God to put mountains on this planet. Allah God, who came in the person of Master Fala Muhammad, to whom praise are due forever, is riser to any God before him. As the Bible and Holy Quran teach us, He taught me that this plane will be used to raise mountains on this planet Earth. The mountains that he will put on this earth will not be very high. He will raise these mountains to a height of 1 mile over the United States of America. This reminds us of the prophet prediction of this time of destruction of the old world and the bringing in of a new world. Behold, the Lord makes the earth empty and makes it waste and turn it upside down and scatter abroad the inhabitants thereof. The Bible, Isaiah 24, verse 1. There are plains and various nations today, but this is the mother of them all. Why? Because this type of plane was used before the making of this world. Now, the mother plane comes to Earth gravity 40 months out of the year when it needs to get all its ingredients. It gets oxygen, hydrogen. The mother plane is a plane that travels 40 miles and goes down Earth gravity. This is a plane, brothers and sisters, not to be played with. The scholars and scientists can tell you that this plane is not to be played with. Other planes come out from the motherships. In the 1930s, the Canadians report seeing this mothership, the planes. They know what they are. The government's been knowing what they are. And for your President Trump to say shoot them down, to be the worst thing that they can do. Shoot them down when the government knows what they are. Signs and wonders being displayed in the heavens and earth. Isaiah gives us a description. In Isaiah 18, verse 1, whom to the land shadow it rings. This referred to the planes that's shallowing through the skies over America daily. And they're not saying anything. There's a war that's bounding to come because the Lord comes with thousands upon thousands of his holy ones. See, the white man, my brothers and sisters, when they think that they are mightier than God, when they think that they can thwart his plan until he comes, who right it is to rule. Now, these right race of people don't have a future for you and I. They don't even have a departure. When this thing gets set and done, they will run, my brothers and sisters. As the Bible says in Isaiah chapter 2:9, the people will flee to the cage and the ground from the fearful presence of the Lord and the splendor of his majesty when he comes to rise the earth. And it says here, there are planes in various nations today, but this is the mother of them all. Why? Because this type of plane was used before the making of this world. Why should God make such a sign of his power to destroy a nation? Because this is the final hour of destruction of that people who have opposed God and his purpose and aim for justice and righteousness. You see, the white man is not a people who was made righteous, then turned to unrighteousness. That was made unrighteous by the false God who made them. Allah God and the personal Master Fala Muhammad, to whom praise are due forever, taught me that this plane is capable of reaching a height of 40 miles above the earth. His words could have been a sign in 40 years in which the plane will go into action. And that referring actually to 40 miles. Allah God does not speak one word that does not have a meaning. Every word that he speaks has a meaning. The mother plane, according to what have been described of by the devil's scientists, is capable of not only staying up for a long period of time, but is also capable of alluring the scientists. They want to attack and destroy it. If a plane did get close enough to attempt to carry out this purpose, it will be destroyed instead. The white men have learned that this is not a plane to be played with. See, planes come out of the mother plane. You see, planes comes out, my brothers and sisters, from the mother planes. In the 1930s, the Canadian newspaper report that they saw the mother plane. It came down out of the sky. They admitted that it looks like a great city and that something came down from it and appears to be a tube. But the tube thing went back up again. Allah God, who came in the person of Master Fard Muhammad, to whom praise are due forever, taught me that after 6 months to a year, the mother plane come into gravity of this earth. So we see the mother plane comes into gravity of this earth. It takes on oxygen and hydrogen in order to prevent it to stay out of earth gravity until it needs refueling again. So we know that this plane comes to earth gravity 6 months out of the year whenever it needs refueling. Ezekiel prophesies of the will. Now, the mother plane is here, my brothers, to destroy this present world. You think the white man have powers of the heavens and earth? They was given dominions at some point, but now their time has approached. We are coming into a dreadful time of America. And these dreadful times are coming to America. And yet you see, she will not repent. Now I don't have no sympathy for a right race of people, what God came to do to these kind of people. They are racist. They are haters of God and his messengers. They are arrogant people. They are disrespectful. They are the murderers. They are the heinous. They are malice. They are greed, selfish ambition. There's no good that comes out of these right race of people. We keep it real. We keep it real because we don't want to be under their judgment. We don't want to be under their judgment seat of these right race of people that don't have it for you and I today. America used trickology just to deceive the black people to keep them dead. Now, I don't have no sympathy for this man right here. He's a liar. He's a fraud. He's a fake. And he needs to be dealt with. So now Ezekiel prophecy of this will. Ezekiel saw the mother plane in a vision. According to the Bible, he looked up and saw this plane. Ezekiel 1:16. He called it a will because it was made like a will. A plane that is will shaped can turn in any direction at any time. He admitted that the plane was so high, it looks dreadful. And he cried out, "Oh will," Ezekiel chapter 10:13. Ezekiel saw great works going on in the will for living creatures. And the work was as it were a will in the middle of a will. Ezekiel 1:16. And when the living creatures went, the will went with them. And when the living creatures was lifted up from the earth, the will was lifted up. Ezekiel 1:19. The power of the lifting up of the four creatures was in the will, you see. The four creatures represent the four colors of the original people of the earth. There are five great powers of the nation of the earth. These five powers are the black, brown, yellow, red, and white. Are the four original powers. The red is not an equal power. The vision shows the four creatures being lifted up from the earth. And when the will was lifted up, they was lifted up. And when Will stood, they stood. This means that they waited upon the movement of the will. In Ezekiel's vision concerning the will, he says that he heard the voice of one tell the other to take hold of fire to scatter over the cities. This means bombs. It can mean fire too, however. The plan is to drop bombs which will ultimately be tied to burrow quickly to a position of 1 mile below the surface of the earth with our time to explore. Allah God taught me that these bombs are not to be dropped into the water. They are to be dropped only on the city. It will be the work of the will. The will is the power of the four creatures, namely the four colors of the black man. The black, brown, yellow, and red. The red in it is to benefit also for the judgment of the world. And why should the red Indians benefit also for the judgment of the world? Because they will be redeemed from their redeemer. And the white man don't have a part with the color. The four creatures represent that Ezekiel saw in the will. And whenever you see the creatures move, the will move. Whenever the creatures go, the will went. And the four creatures represent the four colors of the original people. The black, brown, red, and yellow. The white don't have an equal part because they no kin to us. Once you understand, there is no kin. They're not a kin to us. That's what you gotta understand, my brothers. They no kin. They're enemy to us. So we must remember that God comes to separate from the righteous that which is hindering the righteous from making progress and destroy the effect of the poison of that which has opposed the righteous. The effect of the poison will be fully destroyed at the destruction of the source of the poison which has poisoned the righteous. It's like one being bitten by a rattlesnake. Quickly, medication is administered in order to minimize the effect of the poison upon flesh and blood until a complete cure is effected and the patient is well again. It is useless to try to ignore Ezekiel's vision of the will, for the make and destructive works of the will was foretold before it came to pass. Disbelievers believe that which he see present and not that which is prophesied to come. That is why he is the losers and take the course of hell, because he disbelieved in that which is prophesied to come about in a particular day. This is what the enemy is trying to do today with the black man. He's fascinating him with sport and play and the doing of evil to keep him from going to the God who is present. You never thought the day would come when you see your wife, mother, an old grave-headed woman walking down the streets today, half nude. A few years ago, they will not have dared to come out into the public like that. But now they do so because the devil has put his improve on this kind of entire desire to please the devil. They do whatever the devil bid them to do. The devil desired to take the black man with him to his doom. Let us not classify the prophet as liars and ignore their prophecy, for we may cause ourselves destruction through belief in the devil instead of belief in a God of righteousness. There is no equal of the mother plane. This is the reason why she is called the mother plane. The mother plane is made for the purpose of destroying this present world. She has no equal. Do not be surprised at the make of this plane, since it is from the God who made the universe of floating planets and stars, which are supported only by the power of Allah and the rotations and their orbits. Allah God, who came in the person of Master Fly Muhammad, to whom praise are due forever, taught me that the mother plane is a little human-made planet. It's not simple for Allah God to make a new planet if he wants to. The mother plane is capable of staying out of the Earth's gravity for a whole year. She is capable of producing her own oxygen and hydrogen as any other plane is able to do. The mother plane carrying the same type of bombs on her that our black scientists dropped on the planet Earth to bring up mountains out of the earth. When the earth was created, the knowledge how to do this had not been given to the world, right race. Nor would they ever get this kind of knowledge, my brothers and sisters. The knowledge of the world is limited. If the devil would get this kind of knowledge, we could just say that we are goers. Ever, they are not able to attain this kind of knowledge. Now, they was not able to attain this kind of knowledge. What does a 6-day old baby right race look like trying to compete with a 6-year old child? Black nation. For the 6-year old child to run all out in the yard and play. He eats solid food. The power of the 6-day old baby is limited. The knowledge and power of this world, life, right race is limited. The world of the white man is made from what he found, what he has seen, and learned from the work of the original black man. The right race is far from being able to equal the power and wisdom of the original black man. The mother plane and her work is displayed of power of the mightiest God, Master Fala Muhammad, to whom praise are due forever. Master Fala Muhammad, to whom praise are due forever, is the wisest and best knower. He is the mightiest of them all. Oh, Will, said the prophet Ezekiel, she was so high up in the sky that she looks dreadful. She is capable of staying away from you who plans the destruction of her. She is capable of confusing you who will try to reach her with your means of destruction. Now, I don't have no sympathy for a right race of people. I'm tired. I'm tired of them ruling. I'm tired of them dictating. I'm tired of people voting for these people in office. We need a new president with new ideas, fresh changes. Get this punk up out of here, man. He's the last hope of a divine judgment. I want you guys to know this. That God is angry. God ain't playing no games. You know, it's like God tries you. He give you a crack at it to see if you're going to be successful at it. You know, he gave Pharaoh domains. The same thing he gives this white man domains. But he knows that these people is not going to do the right thing. So why should the nation have sympathy for white America? Because white America, my brothers and sisters, are wicked beyond your and my imagination. White America turns the world into an evil field. See, you can go out in the streets and you see murdering, robbery, gambling, drug addiction are the only laws that is respected. When the laws are disregarded today, as though it was just thrown in the jungle by savage wolves and beasts. Now, the description that Daniel gives in 7, verse 5, a beast, a very well-known beast that rises up out of the sea with 3 ribs in his mouth, meaning that the black man and woman was swallowed for 3 centuries. See, a beast, he seeks his prey. That's his nature. See, when America Latins heavy sentences on the poor to keep them down. When white America hires police officers and you see the brutality on black people here in America, every hour of the day, you see an officer dressed in a white and black uniform patrolling the streets. And he got his eyes on the helpless so-called Negro. So when he sat in the lurching place of the village, in a secret place, do he murder innocents? His eyes are set against the poor. Up into this day, he's seeking who he may devour. And that's their nature. So I'm telling you that divine action is taking place. In America, she's not going to escape her divine action. So, can white America exist? Now, there are scientists, my brothers and sisters, on the mother plane who knows what you are thinking about. Before the thought materialized, Holy Quran, Surah 50:16. Therefore, it's impossible to try to attack the mother plane. She can attack you, but you cannot attack her. The mother plane can hide behind other stars and make herself invisible to the eyes, because she does not have to wait on the power from her. She can produce her own power to go wherever she desires to go in space. The mother plane is not like your little bullets or cameras, which are powered by your limited powers. The Bible prophesies that today Allah God wished to make known to us that He is God. He wished to be respected as the superior God. He wished all life in the universe to know that He is the greatest. The Muslim recognize Allah God to be the greatest. He always repeat, you are the greatest. There is no God like unto you. None deserve to be served or worshipped besides you. Almighty will, I repeat, that there is plenty to make of the mother plane. There is much to the course operation of her work. Space here in this book is limited. But what Allah God taught me concerning the mother plane can be put into book forms. See, it can be put into book forms. O will make to rock the earth and to heap up mountains upon the earth. O will destroyer a nation. No wonder the prophet Isaiah prophesies that the earth shall read to unfold like a drunkard. The Bible, Isaiah 24:20. Let us seek refuge in Allah God from the structural works to come from His mother a plane. The decision. The Holy Quran, Surah 78, chapter 2 of the tremendous announcement. The day of decision. We are now living in a time in which we must decide on what shall we do. It's very important that we arrive at a solution. Come to a defined agreement. You black men of America are holding back your decision. And why the black man of America is holding back his decision? Because the day of decision have come that you must decide which God who you should serve. The God of righteousness, freedom, justice, and equality, or this old satanic God that brought you here in the beginning and gave you false hopes and gave you a false future, a temporary future. So you black man of America, you're holding back your decision. You are waiting because of the people who have brought their decision to us by the way of rule. See, that rule is in a way of injustice. Now the God of justice is before us. We must decide upon whether or not we accept a change or ruler or remain under the present rule that is passing from the scene. We must decide rightly in order to relieve the people of pressure of injustice. Let our decision be for the benefits of our present and our future generations. We have no objection to that person who makes up his mind to remain in what he is already in. However, this announcement and great importance is laid before you and me so that we may come to some kind of decision, agreement on what we shall do about the truth of this announcement. The announcement is the truth. It's asking us to decide on whether or not we are going to accept the truth, remain in falsehood. It is called the day of decision. Decide this day which God you should serve, the God of freedom, justice, and equality, or the same old God who rules Allah. God is here to bring an end to. So Allah God is here to bring an end to this wicked world of this right race of people. And I pray that they taste every fire that's heading their way. These white race of people don't have it today. I'm tired of seeing them ruling. There had to be an end to this, man. It had to be an end to the carcasses between white and black. The wicked ruler veiled the eyes of the people with falsehood, so that the people may take falsehood for truth and truth for falsehood. This is what the Bible and Holy Quran teach us. All an important announcement made by the prophet from Moses to the present day. The enemy of truth had deceived the people, made the people think that they was listening to falsehood. They made the people think that the prophet and his guide was too weak to prevail over falsehood with truth. What is said here in this writing is directed to the black man in America. He is the real one who must decide on whether or not to remain in what he is in or accept a better world that is ruled by the God of freedom, justice, and equality. My black brothers, I want you to know that you are in a pitiful condition here in this day in which the announcement is being made to you to make up your mind about what you are going to do. In plain words, I wish to write here and tell you that you do not have a long time in which to decide on what you want to do. Thinking that you have a long time to decide is the mistake that people made in the past. Noah's people, Lot's people was the losers for ignoring the announcement for these worthy prophets. They waited for they thought that what they had was going to continue to be. We here in America do not have to wait and see, for America is falling up under divine chastisement and destruction taking place before your and my eyes. Also, the Bible and Holy Quran prophesies of these days and what is going on. These days are the days of judgment of Allah God against the wicked. To see more may mean the end of your life and my life, as it was with the people of Noah and Lot, who waited to see more. They could not come to a decisive point of agreement. They waited, and maybe you too will wait. To wait for the truth to be fulfilled means that we will suffer the consequences of the truth for not accepting the truth. Today, a decision. As there was opponents of the prophets in the past, we have opponents of the prophets in this modern time. But all of the warning that was given before these days, we can make our decisions so easily. Remember, the people of Noah had no prophets nor scriptures before Noah. Again, remember that even as late as the time of Moses, the people of Moses, Israelites had no scriptures before Moses. You black brothers are better off. You black brothers, I say again, you are better off. You have all the scriptures that was given to the prophet throughout the whole 6,000 years of this white man on the planet Earth. And then you will be so foolish as to delay and making a good decision until you see something happen. As the Holy Quran and Bible teach us, until you see angels coming in the cloud of heaven, before you make up your mind. But still, you probably will reject that. Surely will not come in the cloud of heaven. But as the Holy Quran teach you, it will not be a good day for you who are ready for such time. See, when the angels come in the cloud of heaven, they will not be coming to do anything like preaching or giving you further knowledge. It's prophesied that on the day of judgment, angel will come to execute judgment on you for not believing, to save those who do believe. And this is why he's coming with thousands upon thousands of his holy ones to test this world, to test the evildoers, to test these white race of people. I don't have no sympathy of a right race of people who God came to destroy. 6,000 years the white man been ruling. 6,000 years he caused havoc. Over the course of 6,000 years, nothing been done for your freedom, justice, and equality. There have not been a solution to the problem. There have not been a right method they can find. So I don't have a sympathy to a people that God comes to destroy. A right race of people that don't have it now. And God tried you. 6,000 years the devil been on this planet Earth. They've been one war after another. You cannot live, my brothers and sisters. You cannot live with them in peace. Because peace was never in the nature of a right race of people. So you cannot live, I say it again, you cannot live with them in peace. Because peace was never in the nature of a right race of people. You know, they say peace, peace, when there's no peace. They want the whole world to be at peace when there's no peace. After they start conflict, after they stole the land, after they go invade foreign countries, after they invade people's privacy, they want to stick their nose in every affairs. She like a bird, my brothers, that flaps and goes to foreign countries to trying to find peace after a whole year making trouble. After a year making chaos. And when they seek police officers to get you killed, see, they don't care about our loyalty. So in their hearts, there's death against us, the black man in America. So now what God's going to do? God's going to rip them. He's going to shred them apart. And he's going to bring fire, brimstone to burn up their cities, their towns. Yes, he's coming into a city near where you live. And my brothers and sisters, it's been a year thou far that God been pledging America day and night. And as you think she's going to get over the sword, you know, made by a previous disaster, another one will come. Another one will come to strike her. So the country, and I say it again, the country can never be said to be the white man's own. See, it's going to go back into that Bible, the man with the garment that fled the scene and was naked. And he left his garment behind. That's how God's going to do to white America. They're going to rally. They're going to have a good time. Then all of a sudden, hell's going to come on this earth. Fire and brimstone, everything's going to come on this earth. And they're going to run. They ain't going to have nothing to run to. And they're going to flee with their garment behind. See, Isaiah chapter 2:9, the people will flee to the cage and the ground from the fearful presence of the Lord and the splendor of his majesty when he comes to rise the earth. I simply hate these kind of people, man, from the bottom of my heart. Because it's you American people vote these kind of people in. You see this man right here, Trump, he's a new Barabbas, man. He's not the sharpest man He's not the intelligent man. You know, he's like an action figure, a person you put up on the shelf and it collects dust till you take him off the shelf and decide that, yeah, bring him back. The people asked for a request to bring in a murder for the insurrection. Bring Barabbas. We don't want Jesus. The people don't want a God. They want a murderer. This is who y'all request for. This man right here. The man that claimed that he can make America great again. We are tired of the false lies, the false hopes, the false promise. I'm tired of these bastards that's on this YouTube talking about Trump is going to give out a stimulus package till I see one, to then shut the fuck up about what Trump's saying he's going to do. I don't want to hear shit. I don't want to hear about no damn stimulus package if he's not going to do it. It's a disgrace to see these people going on social media making videos of what Trump has said he's going to do about a stimulus package that he's going to reward Americans $5,000. Man, I ain't seen it. They ain't been talking about it on the news. They ain't been, you know what I mean? There ain't been no breaking news. So I don't want to hear this crap, man. I don't want to hear this man telling you what he's going to do. I'm going to make America great again, man. I'm tired, man. I'm tired. I'm tired of seeing the same history. I'm tired to something take place. And I pray that God send a shower of brimstone to America and visit her day by day, hour by hour, year by year. That's how I feel. Till he burn America up. I don't care about a right race of people. It is what it is, man. They don't have it for us. And destruction is coming on her borders. That's all I got to say to you, my brothers and sisters. Come out of her. Come out of this wicked world of these right race of people, because they don't have it. And they never had it. And they won't have it today.